What's going on, everybody? How you doing? This is Lord PeteyTV, and we're here to talk to you all about Forgeweaver Azaz. Now, we ended up doing this fight a little bit differently than the book says, but I'm going to tell you exactly how we did it. Now, we ended up straight up DPSing the boss as per usual, trying to make sure we put the ads that we get onto the boss. We try to keep an eye on placement of our feet, what's going on. We have a rotation for the soaks. So we got soak 1 for group 1, soak 2 for group 2, so on and so forth. The biggest thing I'm going to tell you about this fight is that secondary ad really pulls a lot of your DPS off of the main boss. So what we ended up doing was we ended up having ranged only shooting at that extra echo ad or arcane echo ad, whatever you want to call it. So we ended up having ranged DPSing that ad, melee just staying on the boss the whole time. That way, we ended up not losing time for them moving back and forth because we had so many wipes and it was just a smidgen off. So there's also another little caveat that we ended up changing, but I wanted to show you all. So this is Soak 2. We ended up doing that, and we try to make sure we're killing those manifests and everything on the boss. So we're using Ursox or Ursals to kind of hold it in place. This second echo ad we pull off, and nobody DPSs the echo. We just pull the echo off the group. We DPS the manifests and the boss, even the ranged. The ranged doesn't even go after that ad. The way we end up DPSing that ad is when we start going into the next phase. So we end up watching the pools on the ground. So I'm not placing them on the group. And then after that, we're going to end up taking the ads and everything else, trying to make sure we put them right on the boss. As you can see here, I put them right on the boss. I try to make sure I put oil trap down or whatever else I could do to slow them up. So then we're going to DPS these ads. And then we're going to now we're going to go into the next phase where the boss is going to start channeling off of the posts on the sides. It's going to happen right after the knockback. Boom. Now we're going to our intermission. So we're going to go after the collectors. And we're going to DPS the collectors. That ad, that arcane echo, we take that arcane echo and we actually stack it on the collectors and we cleave damage the echo down. I don't know why he was down that quick from there, but it didn't matter to me. We were focusing on the collectors and we were cleaving off. Now, Amy unfortunately died there, but we pulled her up early enough because we needed the DPS. We need to get it. So I made that call. Here's the back collector. Everybody usually tends to work together for the most part of trying to get everything going for each of these collectors, because the faster we get them, the faster they go down. So the only thing for me, I started going to the next person, or I should say the next collector sooner than later. And the only reason why is because I feel like the pets take a while to get there to start doing cleave damage. So we ended up getting that over there, start doing damage, and going for there. So we're going to end up DPSing that collector down and then the other ads. So we got 2 other ads that we're going to end up doing, and we're going to start going into the next part. This is where we end up lusting. We lust now because he does take the increased damage and we don't have to worry about the knockback. So we're going to DPS as hard as we possibly can now so that we can do as much damage as we can overall from top to bottom. So we're going to end up DPSing now. And we're going to kind of keep going. The collectors are going to start moving. And we're going to end up, trying to DPS those portions of everything down. We're going to dodge stuff. I feel like it's the swamp face guy from what's that? That's second dungeon. So we're ending up DPSing this down. I already made the call. Once we have the time up, get roar up. We're going to end up dealing with that secondary, that first soak or second soak, I should say. And then we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to have ranged DPSing that ad. And we're going to try to burn down these manifests and so on and so forth. I was focusing on the manifests because I felt like I needed to get those guys down way before the other ones because there was just a lot of problems there. And the group I knew was going to be able to kill that echo pretty quick anyhow. So we got another knockback coming up. So we got that knockback that happens. And then now it's collector time. So we got to DPS the collectors like we did before. I reminded everybody to get roar up. And we're going to start going around the rooms with the collectors. And as always, thank you all very much for hanging out today and checking out our videos. I am on YouTube and Twitch every single Monday through Friday. If you're looking to support the channel, please make sure you show us that support by either following, subscribing, or joining the channel. We got some cool things happening on YouTube to kind of show you, and we're always having fun and having a good time on WoW and other games every single day. So after we end up killing the back collector, we end up going to the side collector here. You can see my pets just sprinting over there, trying to DPS those guys down. And we're going from there. So this next phase is what I personally think is the hardest. And the reason why it is the hardest is because you need to have people listening, DPSing their brains out, and all together. If you do not have people together for this last portion, it just turns into a problem. So what's going to end up happening is in this weekend phase, we're going to DPS him down, and he's going to get pulled to the front of the room, and everyone is going to start getting sucked to the back of the room by that black hole back there. So we end up getting the tanks. We end up getting everybody to the front of the room, as you can see here. And then we end up trying to deal with that. And all the ads are coming out. As you can see, nobody is really like tightly stacking, which is going to cause a lot of problems. We got to start having pools spawn up, which is a problem. So we start having it. And look, I got a guy all the way in the back, and he is like not in a good place. Like, I don't understand why. And someone Ursocked them back there. God knows why. And I ended up trying to go back and, at least DPSing him down so he doesn't hit the end and do raid-wide damage like we were expecting, because he does a lot of damage. I knew I could just lock gate. As you can see there, I get that done, lock gate up. This boss is at 6%, and another group of ads comes out. I think personally this is a heavy cleave fight. If you have the ability to cleave, it's something you should do, or something you should do easy. For instance, warlocks, windwalker monks, hunters, things that have those abilities to cleave. Not prop paladins, but like paladins with divine storm, so on and so forth. Now, see, I tried to stop this one manifest from going through, and it hit it. There's nothing I could do. Raid-wide damage starts going out. We start having problems. I hit that wall and die, and that's something you don't want to do. But we got it done, and we got it killed, and we got very, very lucky. But I'll take it.